Eating out has always been seen as a more expensive treat than dining at home. But the gap between the cost of eating in a restaurant and the cost of making food at home is widening. In the last year, the cost of meals made at home increased 2%. Meanwhile, the cost of eating outside increased 9%. Part of this is due to inflation, such as the heightened pressure of wage gains, whether due to states mandating minimum wage increases or businesses upping pay in response to labor shortage. Some restaurants, such as Chipotle, which increased wages to an average of $15 an hour in 2021, are pushing the costs onto the customers, hiking menu prices by as much as 4%. The restaurant meal is also getting more expensive, partly due to short-term reasons such as rising food costs, particularly for meat. Restaurants are getting more and more expensive, yet Americans are eating out more often. How much damage is this doing to our long-term financial goals? The average American household spends about $3,000 a year dining out, according to the Bureau of Labor. One of the best things you should eliminate from your budget if you want more money in your life is eating out all the time. Once in a while is fine, but a lot of people don't do it just once in a while. If you get paid $12 an hour and you bought a $24 meal, you basically ate 2 hours of your life in the time it took you to finish your food. Here's the simple math of eating out. Let's say you buy lunch Monday through Friday for a whole year instead of taking lunch to work. The average person spends about $10 on a fast food meal. If you're spending $10 a meal for a week, then that is $50 a week you're spending. So how much are you spending per year? There are 52 weeks in a year, so that's 50 times 52, that is $2,600. Maybe this isn't a huge number for you, but keep in mind, this does not count the times you go to a dine-in restaurant that night and spend even more money. It will be very hard at first to change the ritual of eating out every day. Breaking a habit, especially one that makes you feel good, can seem like you're cutting away a piece of yourself since it is so ingrained in your schedule. But always keep the idea in your head that you're doing this for the greater good. To make a profit, restaurants charge about 300% markup on the items they serve. You're paying for service and convenience. In many cases, you could make a $15 meals in a restaurant for $5 at home. Granted, the food that you make at home might not taste exactly the same. Sometimes it is worth the money to enjoy a dish made by a professional. People eat at restaurants for a lot of reasons. To socialize, to celebrate, to try something new and take a break from their busy lives. But if you dine out regularly for convenience sake, you could save some serious cash by cooking at home. This extra cash could be a big jump in your savings for long-term or short-term goals. Even if you only skip one restaurant meal a week in favor of cooking or leftovers, that's about $500 in annual savings. Here's another bonus. Home prep food tends to be healthier than the typical restaurant meal. People who cook at home get more nutrients and eat less fat and sugar than people who eat exclusively at restaurants. If you want to stop eating out so much, you need to have a plan in place. Know ahead of time what you are going to replace those meals with. Maybe on a Sunday, make a plan of exactly what you're going to eat for the rest of the week, then go out and buy everything. You can also prepare those meals and freeze them, so all you need to do is heat them up and eat. It can be very difficult to improve your spending habits when it comes to food, but it is 10 times harder when you don't have a plan in place because it will be easy for you just to fall back into your old habits. Here is another tip. If you use the right credit card, you could save even more on your groceries or dining out. A lot of credit cards offer 3% back on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services. Others offer 3% cash back on groceries, so use the right credit card when you're making these purchases. Quitting the habit of eating fast food all the time will take a lot of stress out of your life. You will be healthier and your wallet will be fuller. You might not kick the habit the first time or even the second time, but keep persisting and you will eventually get there. When you start eating at home more often, you will really feel like you have more control in your life. Control that can begin to exert over other areas like gym habits or personal finance. Give it a try or few tries and see how much your life changes for the better.